You've been talking to someone for weeks. The vibe is great, the banter is on point, and you're starting to think, wow, this could actually go somewhere. And then, nothing. Radio silence. She's gone faster than free samples at Costco. You've officially been ghosted. But why? Why would someone act super interested one moment and then vanish the next? Today, we're digging into the mysterious art of ghosting, specifically why women pull away. And trust me, the reasons might surprise you. First things first, what exactly is ghosting? Ghosting is when someone you're dating or talking to suddenly stops responding to texts, calls, or any form of communication without any explanation. It's like they've disappeared into the Bermuda Triangle of dating. No warning, no closure, just poof. Now, ghosting isn't a new phenomenon. Sure, the term itself might be modern, but people have been dodging awkward conversations since cavemen avoided each other's caves. However, the digital age has made it way easier. With dating apps and social media, connections are disposable, and when something feels disposable, it's easy to ghost. But here's the kicker. While ghosting might feel personal, it's often more about the ghoster than the ghostie. Psychologists like Dr. Janice Vilhauer explain that ghosting can stem from fear, avoidance, or even past trauma. So if you've been ghosted, it's time to stop overanalyzing every text you sent and start understanding what's really going on. Alright, let's break it down. Why do women ghost? But before we start, we should point out that these reasons are about her, not you, in an attempt to understand the physiology of women's thinking, a quest more challenging than teaching a cat to do taxes. If you want to know the reasons for you should watch the previous video on the channel. The link is in the video description. Alright, here are the most common reasons. Number 1, she's just not that into you. I know, it stings. But sometimes the simplest explanation is the right one. She might have realized that the spark just wasn't there for her, and instead of telling you outright, she chose the easier route of disappearing. Think about it. Have you ever avoided returning a call from that one coworker who overshares? Same energy. It's not that you hate them, you just don't have the bandwidth to deal with it. Ghosting can feel like the path of least resistance, especially for people who dread confrontation. Number 2, she's overwhelmed by life. Life can get messy. Work, family, personal struggles. Sometimes people have so much on their plate that dating takes a back seat. Maybe she's dealing with a tough project at work or taking care of a sick relative. Or maybe she's binge-watching The Office for the 17th time to cope with a bad breakup. Either way, her ghosting might have nothing to do with you and everything to do with her. Number 3, she's keeping her options open. This one might sting a bit, but let's keep it real. In the world of online dating, it's easy to have multiple conversations going at once. She might have been talking to someone else and decided to focus on that connection instead. It's like when you're trying samples at an ice cream shop and realize chocolate chip cookie dough is the one. Tough luck for the pistachio, but hey, it's not personal. Number 4, she's emotionally unavailable. Sometimes people dive into dating even when they're not ready. Maybe she's still hung up on an ex or struggling with trust issues. Instead of being upfront, she'd rather ghost than deal with her emotional baggage. It's not ideal, but it's also not about you. Remember, everyone has their own journey, and sometimes they just aren't ready to include someone else in it. Number 5, she feels things are moving too fast. You might think you're just being attentive and enthusiastic, but she might perceive it as coming on too strong. If she's not on the same page, she might retreat into ghosting mode. Think of it like this. If someone dumps a gallon of syrup on your pancakes, it's overwhelming. A little drizzle? Perfect. Timing and pacing matter. Number 6, fear of rejection. Here's a twist. Ghosters can ghost out of fear of rejection themselves. Maybe she's afraid you'll lose interest first, so she cuts ties to avoid feeling rejected. It's like breaking up with someone before they can break up with you. A preemptive strike, if you will. Number 7, lack of communication skills. Let's be honest, not everyone is a master communicator. Some people simply don't know how to express their feelings, especially when those feelings are uncomfortable. Ghosting becomes a way to dodge the dreaded, "it's not you, it's me" conversation. My friend Jake met Emily on a dating app, and their first date was amazing. They texted non-stop for a week, but then Emily disappeared. Jake was confused and frustrated. Months later, he bumped into Emily at a coffee shop, and she confessed that she'd ghosted him because she'd started seeing someone else, but didn't know how to tell him. Jake didn't love hearing it, but at least he got closure. According to Dr. Guy Winch, author of How to Fix a Broken Heart, ghosting can cause emotional harm because it denies the ghostie closure. However, for the ghoster, it's often a coping mechanism to avoid conflict or emotional discomfort. It's not about cruelty. It's about self-preservation. Or consider Sarah, who went on 3 great dates with Mike, but felt he was moving too fast. Instead of telling him she needed to slow down, she ghosted. Sarah later admitted to a friend that she regretted ghosting, but didn't know how to explain her feelings at the time. Dr. Brené Brown, in her book Daring Greatly, discusses the fear of vulnerability as a common human experience. Ghosting can be a way to avoid the vulnerability that comes with honest communication. In other words, ghosters are often just scared humans like the rest of us. So, why do women ghost? It could be fear, overwhelm, emotional unavailability, or even just bad timing. While ghosting feels personal, it's often more about the ghoster's internal struggles than anything you did wrong. The next time you're ghosted, remember, it's not a reflection of your worth. And hey, if nothing else, it's a good story for your friends. Let us know in the comments. No judgment here. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend who might need to hear this, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the weird, wild world of modern relationships. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future uploads. Thanks for watching, and remember, the dating world is tough, but so are you.